With the Arctic Monitoring and Assessment Program carried out in all 8 Arctic countries, the picture of pollution of the Arctic becomes even more complete. At its worst, it's characterized as holding the world record in contamination by persistent organic pollutants such as PCB and mercury.
Here at Barrow, Alaska, we have measured the highest levels of sticky gaseous mercury, what we call reactive gaseous mercury, anywhere in the world.
Mercury and PCB have now been found more or less over the entire Arctic area. The pollution is a threat to animals and their ecosystems, and to humans who eat the contaminated animals.
This population in East Greenland are among the highest exposed ever seen in the world.
In both West and East Greenland, record high figures showing the presence of PCB in pregnant women have been measured. In northeast Greenland, 50% of both men and women have so much PCB in their bodies that it exceeds the Canadian action limit, which is 100 micrograms per litre of blood. It would appear that organochlorines could also damage the immune response in humans. In recent years, it's been proved that PCB and methylmercury can affect brain development at the very sensitive fetal stage.
We found the highest concentrations in the Inuit population in the Arctic areas, and that's because the Inuit traditional food is of marine origin, and it is primarily the marine mammals, small whales, toothed whales and seal, and in some area also polar bear.
The whale ross feeds quite low in the nutritional food web, and therefore it's not exposed to as high levels of contaminants as the other seal species.
A picture of which animals are contaminated and with what varies greatly over the Arctic area. Guidance regarding diet must therefore be given locally, and where pollution is greatest, the advice will be to eat animals found lower down the food chain. For some areas, such as the settlements in West Greenland, this will mean a break with a hunting tradition going back thousands of years if they're to eat fish instead of seal. It's a huge dilemma, not least because seal meat contains important marine fatty acids, which reduce the incidence of cardiovascular disease. The Inuit population in northern Alaska can, on the other hand, hold on to their whaling tradition. They eat baleen whales, which are low in the food chain. Baleen whales live on shrimp and other plankton. This is why PCB contamination is low in baleen whales. Today, we know that the Arctic is not isolated from the rest of the world as far as pollution goes. Human activities in industrial and densely populated areas will continue to influence what was once thought to be a pristine environment. Pollution in the Arctic must be seen as a challenge to the international community to prevent further input of persistent contaminants into the global environment.